Over the last few weeks, there's been something crazy going on with the best Minecraft mace player, Rapture. And when I tell you this situation is absolutely insane, I'm not even joking. Because dude, someone just exposed him using the simplest way you could ever think of. And not gonna lie, after seeing all the evidence, there's literally no way to defend this anymore. But before I break down everything that happened and show you guys how they caught him, we are so close to 10,000 subscribers. So hit that subscribe button and drop a like on the video because trust me, this is gonna be wild. Okay, so for those of you who don't know who Rapture is, let me give you a quick rundown. Rapture is literally the best mace PvP player on the entire tier list. Like, he's ranked high tier 1, which means he's the #1 player in that game mode. But here's where things get super weird. Rapture literally appeared out of nowhere a few months ago. Like, brand new account, no name history, no skin history, nothing. And within 2 months, he went from 0 to low tier 3. And then after that, he just skyrocketed all the way to high tier 1 with some of the most insane scores anyone has ever seen. And dude, when a brand new account does that, people start asking questions. Because to get to tier 1 normally takes most players years. But Rapture did it in a couple months, and not gonna lie, that's immediately suspicious. And because of all the suspicion around him, Rapture got screenshot. And dude, what happened during that screenshot is the craziest evidence I've ever seen. So there's this staff member named FlameTax who was actually there during the screenshot watching everything happen. And he gave a full account of what went down. And when you read what he said, it's so obvious that Rapture is using macros, like the evidence is right there in everyone's faces. So let me explain the main piece of evidence because this is the thing that absolutely proves he's cheating. There's this technique in Minecraft mace PvP called a breach swap. And to do a breach swap properly, you're supposed to click once, like it's a single click. That's the correct way to do it. But when people watched Rapture's actual gameplay in his tier test, he was always double clicking when he did breach swaps. Like every single time, not sometimes, not occasionally, every single time. And during the screenshot, FlameTax asked Rapture to do a breach swap for him. And dude, guess what happened? Rapture single click. Like he did it the correct way with one click. And not gonna lie, that's the biggest proof you could ever get, because think about it. In his actual tier test when nobody's watching him closely, he always double clicks the breach swap. But during the screenshot when someone's literally watching everything he does, he single clicks it. And the only way that makes sense is if he's using a macro in his normal gameplay that automatically does the double click for him. Because a macro would add that extra click, but when he's being watched during a screenshot and he can't use the macro, he has to do it manually. And when he does it manually, he does it the right way with a single click. And FlameTax literally said this, in my opinion, is the biggest evidence something is up. Like even the staff member who was right there watching knows this is proof of cheating. Because your clicking pattern doesn't just randomly change based on whether someone's watching you or not. If you trained yourself to double click breach subs, you would double click them during the screenshot too. That's how muscle memory works. But Rapture didn't double click. He single clicked. And that's because he's been using a macro this whole time and his actual muscle memory is the single click. The double click only happens when the macro is running. But dude, it gets so much worse. So in Rapture's actual tier test, he literally didn't miss a single stun slam, like not even one. He had a perfect record. And stun slams are one of the hardest techniques in mace PvP. Like even the best players in the entire world miss them sometimes. It's just super difficult to hit them every single time. But Rapture, perfect. 0 misses across his entire tier test. And dude, that's basically impossible for a real human to do. So during the screenshot after Rapture kept failing the breach stop attempts and he blamed it on lag, FlameTax asked him to do a stun slam, just to see if he could actually do the thing he's supposedly perfect at. And dude, Rapture's response was absolutely insane. He said, and I'm gonna read this exactly, "Jai guy, can't you see? He knows I can't stun slam, he's just trying to cheat me out of an easy ban." Like he straight up admitted that he can't do stun slams and he refused to even try. He wouldn't even attempt it. And the craziest part, he had permission from the administrators to refuse. Like the admins literally said it's okay for him to not prove he can do the technique he's supposedly perfect at. And not gonna lie, that is the most suspicious thing I've ever heard. Because think about what's happening here. In his tier test, Rapture never misses a single stun slam. He's literally perfect. But during the screenshot when someone asks him to show that he can actually do it, he says he can't and refuses to try. And dude, you can't have it both ways. You can't be perfect at something in your task and then claim you can't do it when someone asks you to prove it. The only way that makes sense is if the perfection in the task is coming from a macro. Because with the macro running, he's perfect, but without the macro during the screen share, he can't do it at all. So he just refuses and hopes nobody asks questions. And here's the thing that makes this whole situation even more shady. So about a week before the screen share was supposed to happen, Rapture claimed his computer got hacked. And because of this supposed hacking, his entire computer had to be completely reset. Everything got wiped. And dude, how convenient is that timing? Like right before you're about to get screenshot to check if you're cheating, your computer mysteriously gets hacked and everything gets deleted? That's so obviously a cover story to remove all the macro files before the screenshot happens, and FlameTax even pointed this out. He said, for all we know, the person screen sharing the second time wasn't even Rapture to begin with. Like, because the computer got reset and everything changed, it could have been a completely different person on that account during the screen share. And dude, there's more evidence on top of all of this. So the first time Rapture got screenshot, nobody was allowed to watch it. Like, it was completely private, and the staff only found out that Rapture started his screen share 7 minutes after he was asked to do it. 7 whole minutes? And not gonna lie, that's plenty of time to delete any cheat files if you know what you're doing. Like, why would the number 1 player's screen share need to be private, and why would that be a 7-minute delay? That doesn't make any sense unless he was using that time to clean up his computer. And here's where it gets really crazy. An admin on the MCTiers network literally told someone in a voice call that Rapture admitted to being an alt account. Like, Rapture straight up confessed that he's not actually a new player, he's an experienced player on a new account. And the admin said, it's really weird why they aren't banned right now. And when they screenshot him, the admin said they knew he was cheating. They knew he was on an alt. They screenshot him and either didn't find anything or pretended not to find anything. And then they just let him keep playing and keep his rank. And the absolute craziest part of this entire situation? Multiple high-ranking staff members saw all of this evidence. FlameTax got support from several high-level staff who all agreed that the evidence showed Rapture was cheating. And you know what happened? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Rapture is still high tier 1. He's still a moderator on PvP Club, which is the server where all the tier tests happen. And even the staff members call him Baron the Blatant because it's so obvious to everyone that he's cheating. But nothing gets done about it because the people in power are protecting him. And dude, let me break this down and explain to you why this evidence is so clear. We have the breach sub task showing he double clicks with macros but single clicks manually. We have the stun slam situation where he's perfect in task but claims he can't do it when asked to prove it. We have the convenient computer reset before the screen share. We have the 7-minute delay on the first screen share. We have an admin literally saying he confessed to being an alt. We have multiple high staff agreeing that's evidence, and we have him still being ranked number 1 and being a moderator. Like, dude, how much more proof do you need? And just to touch on this quickly, some people think Rapture might be connected to Marlow because they both use AI voices and have similar game settings. But honestly, whether he's connected to Marlow or not doesn't even matter. The evidence of him cheating stands on its own. The breach sub test alone is enough to prove he's using macros, everything else is just more proof on top of that. So where does this leave the competitive scene? Honestly, it's in a really bad place. Because if the number 1 player in the game mode is this obviously cheating, and the staff know about it and do nothing, how can anyone trust the system? Like, how many other top players are using macros and just not getting caught? How many other cheaters are being protected by staff? And what's the point of trying to compete legitimately if the people at the top are all cheating and getting away with it? And the fact that Rapture is still playing right now, still ranked high tier 1, still a moderator, even though all of this evidence is public, is absolutely crazy. Like, FlameTax laid out everything that happened during the screen share. An admin confirmed he's an alt and using cheats. Multiple staff agreed there's evidence, and still nothing happens. And that shows you that the system isn't designed to catch cheaters or maintain fair competition. It's designed to protect certain players no matter what. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think the breach sub evidence is enough to prove he's cheating? What about the stun slam refusal? And do you think anything's ever gonna actually happen to Rapture, or is he just gonna keep getting protected? Like, I'm really curious to hear what you guys think because this situation is just getting worse by the day. And if you guys want to stay updated on this and see if anything actually happens, make sure to hit that subscribe button and drop a like on the video. Click another video up on screen right now and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!